Got a beautiful spot picked out here in the woods, and I'm just gonna ride it out. A big snowstorm starting tomorrow morning, supposed to last at least a day and a half. Ride it out in the hammock. Under a big root system like this is where I imagine a number of bears spend the winter. It's a good natural shelter, gets all snowed in. It's right at the end of March, and this is the time of year where I start bringing out bear spray again. I normally keep it holstered on my belt, but this time of year I'm just kind of easing into that sense of caution with bears. I think they have no reason to be up yet because there's nothing for them to eat, but yeah, this is the time where I start to think about it. Curious, when do you start bringing bear spray or bear protection? That's what happens with no snowshoes. There's a pretty good crust. Sure. It's about 5 kilometers to get in here, so I didn't pack in the sonar, which is fairly heavy. I've got the camera. Don't think it's too deep here.
Hole number 2.
Back to camp, and there's a nice standing dead spruce here, which will go a long way for me. For firewood, I've got the Silky Gomboy folding saw for smaller stuff. And then for a bigger tree like this, the Agua Gear Boreal 24. Excellent saw, so easy to set up. And it comes with this, well, you can get it with this case. And down the front, you can also slip a spare blade. Great dinner tonight. Cheesy veggie chili, rehydrated. Cheesy garlic bread. And a couple of roasted peppers. And chocolate and scotch for appetizer. It's a good one. Heaven. Oh, first hang of the year. Oh. Oh, I missed that. I used the plastic bag trick today to make sure I didn't get my liners too damp, and I didn't even notice, but my foot broke right through it. Let's see this foot. I thought I felt my toe go through that one. No, this one's still... Oh, no, it did break through. Oh, so much for that. But my boots seem fine. The purpose of the bag is to just contain the moisture that comes out of your feet. It creates a vapor barrier, or it would. I never use that trick because I don't really like my feet marinating in their own moisture. But without the hot tent, can't dry anything out. So putting things by the fire is a good way to melt them or burn them. Rarely get them dry, especially something thick like a liner for my boot. Tempting to just light the fire in the morning, warm up, but really this is the fastest way to warm up. Got a beautiful 10-hour sleep in the drommer, and the snow's starting right on cue, 8 a.m. here. Snow will keep the hole open, keep it insulated. Oh my. Mexican quinoa for breakfast this morning. Okay, Mexican quinoa. First time I've prepared this. I just made it at home this week and dehydrated it. That'll be a good one. Good one for the rotation. We get a lot of dehydrating questions, and I almost invariably turn people to Kevin Outdoors. This is his recipe from his book, Backcountry Eats. He just published it last year. If you want more recipes, if you want dehydrating tips, like everything about dehydrating, he's got a beautiful little book on it, and he's a pretty local guy here near Thunder Bay, so highly recommend that book. It's extremely insightful. Like, aside from all the recipes, there are 100 recipes. It's just like there's an incredible amount of knowledge in there. I'm more of a dehydrating experimenter, and he has it really down to a science. And usually I'll, even with his recipes or others, I'll experiment a little or change the ratios, mostly because I'll take a recipe for, let's say, 4 servings and multiply it by 4 or 5. Make a huge batch so I don't have to make anything, cook again for a long time, dehydrate again for a long time. And for instance, this one, it called for I think after I multiplied it out, it was 4 cups of, or 5 cups of kernel, whole kernel corn. I just dumped the whole frozen bag in. I'm always trying to round up to whole bags, so in the future I can make it quite easily. Just dump in a bag of this, a bag of this. I use dry beans when I'm doing dehydrator recipes because they're a lot cheaper. You can get a big bag of dehydrated beans for nothing compared to canned beans. So yeah, this will be a keeper. Healthy too. Got about 90 minutes of fishing in yesterday. It'd be nice to get something to turn the ice fishing around lately, but I've become a real fair weather fisherman in the winter. And if it's not pleasant, it's just not what I feel like doing, but I would love to go for a snowshoe today. Big long snowshoe. Yesterday on the drone, it looked like there was some beautiful country up that way, so I'm gonna head there, check out these ponds and small lakes, head up the hills here through these woods. Beautiful day for that. There's some tracks here. I'll follow these for a while, see if they lead anywhere. It's single prints in fairly straight line, which could be fox. Onto the first pond. Incredibly beautiful. Just came through those narrows. Opens up quite a bit here. Such a pretty little lake. One of the beautiful things of winter is being able to walk over wetlands, get to explore this really interesting area, and makes easy travel out of something that in the summer is very difficult. See if I can get to the next pond. On to the next pond. Bit of open water or soft ice there. I can see it where the water flows through. I'll stay well clear of that. It is magical. I could go like this all day, and I might. Connecting to this last pond, hopefully. Went through an area that probably has not seen too many people. There's just no reason for anyone to have come here, except maybe trappers. It's getting pretty rugged in here. It's gonna be tough to make to this pond. I'm calling this the end of the road. It's just very rugged, and the topo is wrong. It looked like there'd be an area where I could connect to these ponds, but it's just rugged, rocky cliffs and hills. So it's gonna be a long walk back, but it was totally worth it. Beautiful day. On my way back, I found somewhere where the slope is more moderate. Couldn't resist giving it a try. Maybe I'll get to the pond after all. These tracks here could be pine marten, 2 feet together with a long bound between them. Made it. It opens up into the skinny lake, and this is where I hope to get to today, so it's a good feeling. I wish I could teleport my camping and fishing gear here, but I wouldn't have made it. It got too rugged for the sled, so I got to see it. I'll take it. Back to camp at last. It was a long trek back. My legs are spent. And check this out. I've never seen this before. All piled off my tarp into this nice little pyramid. So much steam coming off my clothes, it's almost like burning my face. Steam. Oh, that's good heat. Drying off my clothes. This is penne and rigatoni with dehydrated pasta sauce and dehydrated veggies, spinach, mushroom, onion, tomato, sriracha, cheddar, and parmesan. Finish it off. Should be a good meal. Much needed too. Really good. Hopped in the hammock, got the chair mode here on the Drommer. Feels absolutely amazing after a long day of hiking. I've got a bottle of hot water, scotch, pillow, and normally I would read right now. It's a bit cold for holding a book, so I'll just bundle up and listen to a podcast. This is great. Conan O'Brien, love his podcast. I'm going to do up the bug netting tonight just to help block the wind. It's really supposed to pick up from the north, so this will help cut it. Normally I leave it open in the winter just to improve ventilation. Beautiful morning. Quite mild, just below freezing. North wind is kicking up, but pretty sheltered here in these woods, which have been some of the nicest I've camped in quite a while. Beautiful old spruce forest. It's been a magical spot to camp and explore yesterday too. It's such a treat to be back in the Drommer. I missed it so much. It's really my favorite way to camp out here in the bush. And I love this limited edition light green. I've had several Drommers now, and this has got to be my favorite color that they've made. Aaron got the other one, the other limited edition, which is yellow, which is pretty sweet. It looks like kind of a yellow canoe, so I think it'll look quite beautiful in the woods, just like a yellow canoe does. I pitched the tarp really low with the wind and the snow so it doesn't blow under the tarp. And I got it nice and low by staking it into the snow with a snow anchor. And the snow anchor doesn't have to be this massive log or stick. Any stick that won't break will do. Just dig out the snow a little or push the stick right into the snow perpendicular to the guy line. And it'll hold quite a lot of tension, and then pack it in with more snow, it won't budge. Yeah, I could have stuck around for ice fishing, but there's no way. You can see the snow blowing over there. It is a nasty day to be out.